Today's 456th day that I'm here to share lessons that I learn and I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about trust. Trust is a huge word. I truly believe that trust is one of the most and essential words in relationships, any kind of relationships. It could be with a spouse, with a partner, with anything, because if there is no trust, how are you supposed to have relationships? Because of course you need to be able to share your thoughts and trust that they will not say your thoughts to other people when you say that's a secret. When you ask something to do, you know that, and you're able to trust that that person will do exactly what you ask them to do. Of course, if you agreed on that. So I truly believe that when you think about relationships, we always need to start from trust. And today we'll share what really makes or breaks relationships and what breaks trust. So today we'll share a few things: expectations, hope, expectations, and hurt. So because a lot of times, if you are not able to build trust, a lot of times you build hurt in other people. So we'll share a little bit more how I understand trust and what really destroys trust. So first thing is that, of course, when you have a huge trust, for example, let's say that you have 10 of 10 trust. So that means you know exactly that exactly that this person does what they say that they will do, and you're able to trust in a lot of different ways. Now, when you have expectation, it could be that they said they will do something and they don't do that. So that means you had a positive expectation about that person. So you have a positive expectation on that they said they will do something, but now they didn't do that. Now, if you expected and you had a positive expectation that will do that, that a lot of times leads to, of course, with a big hurt. So that means because now you're disappointed, of course you will go to, will be a lot of hurt. Now, of course, now because you first time you got disappointed and you had very high expectations, but those expectations was not fulfilled, of course there will be a lot of hurt because of that. Now, because you expected and received it, now you downgrade, so you don't expect then that person will do what they said will do, but now you hope that they will do something. So that means from expectations you move to hope. But you still believe that they could do something that they said they will do, but you don't expect that, because a lot of times expectations lead to disappointments, while hope is still positive hope, but you know that if whatever will happen, it'll happen, but like you do not have those expectations, because expectations lead to disappointments, while hope, positive hope, leads just you hope it will happen. Now, of course, if hope doesn't fall, and again, the person said they will do something, but they didn't do it. So again, you feel less hurt, you're a little bit hurt, but you don't understand that it was just a hope, so it's not that bad. So now it goes even lower than, and goes to another expectations. So from positive expectations leads to hope, and then it goes to negative expectations. So that means you ask something to do to that person, and that person said that they will do something. And now because you expected from them, they failed, you hoped, they failed, now you have negative expectations. So that means you expect that they will fail, you expect that they will not do what they said they will do. So that means, of course, because you have negative expectations, there is no hurt anymore. So that means if a person didn't do what you expected, you already know that you expected negative. So that means the negative happened. Of course, that means that, I already knew that, so there's no hurt. So people want to protect themselves from hurt, so they move that ladder from positive expectations to hope and to negative expectations. And of course, when the last step is when you really move from negative expectations, you move to that hurt. A person feels that they are hurt, and it will need to take much longer to go back to trust, because when you destroy trust, it's you're able to build trust in a month, but when you destroy that trust, that means it will take years to really build back that trust back. So if you say that you will do something, please do that, because trust is one of the essential things, and if you destroy it, of course the first thing to do is accept that what you did was wrong. Because a lot of times people look for excuses why they did it one way. I did it because of this. But I could tell you that whatever excuse you find will never allow you to go and build back the trust. But if you explain that you are taking full responsibility for your actions and you will never do that again, of course you still have a chance to go backwards and go back upwards. But if you will find excuses, you have no chance really go back to trust. Of course, you need to ask yourself, do you really want to have that relations with that person? Because if you really want to have relations with that person, you need to be able to accept and take ownership of the things that you did. Of course, if you made mistakes multiple times, that shows that maybe you don't care about relationship as much, because if you care about relationship, that means that you're supposed to be able to fix your mistakes sooner than 3 times. But of course it depends on station. But I don't know, like I truly believe that you need to reflect on a lot of different relationships, and if a person is doing multiple times what they said they will not do, or they said they will do, of course you need to reflect, okay, what's going on here? Because why they not do what they said to do? Because I love that one of the managers said that we need to have people around us who have very say-do ratio. That means what they say they always do. Of course it could be something happening in life is life, so sometimes it could be that they will not be able to do what they said, but they must be able to accept it and say, okay, this is I didn't do, I'm sorry, next time I will make it sure that I will not make exactly the same mistake. So one more time, repeat what we went over today. So when you have a trust, when you have a big expectations for that person, if they don't do that, you hurt a lot. So that means from positive expectations you move to hope. You hope that that person will do something. But now, of course, if a person doesn't do what you expected, what you hoped, of course you still a little bit hurt, but it doesn't hurt as much as expectations. Then you downgrade even more that person, and then you have negative expectations about that person. And if of course they don't do what they said they'll do, you do not feel anything, and of course you end up being in a trust level, it will be only 1 of 10. Of course we don't want to be there, we want to be 10 of 10. So let's don't waste our trust and really build trust with every single person that we have. I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.